So guys, I am a sucker for a good classic fragrance, and today we have one from the 60s, and the fragrance we're going to be unboxing and doing a first impression on is Aramis, so stay tuned. Hey, what's going on guys? Hunter here and welcome back to my channel. And if you are new, what I do is I make fragrance related content. So if you love fragrances, go ahead and smash the subscribe button down below. But that's right guys, we have a classic from the 60s in my hand right now that honestly, I'm very excited to add to my collection and actually finally smell it. But I do have a quick story for you guys about Aramis. About maybe 3 or 4 years ago when I was at a dealer's counter, the woman there was actually handing me Aramis to smell. I was like, whoa, what is that? That's like some kind of like old school, very masculine, green, earthy fragrance. And I wasn't honestly a fan at the time. I don't really remember what it smells like since it's been about 4 years and I didn't really give it much thought. But since that time and pretty much getting this collection I have behind me, my nose pretty much got more trained and I actually appreciate fragrances like this now. But yeah, let's look at the packaging really quick before we open it up from the cellophane. It does come in this kind of cool brown box with like a kind of pattern all over it. I don't know if it was the same way in the 60s as well, but it's kind of iconic. Aramis in gold and black right there. This is an Eau de Toilette Concentree, and I did get it in the 110 ml bottle. So I did find this at TJ Maxx for $19.99. Plus I got an additional 10% off of it. So I pretty much got it for like $18, which I think is a complete bargain. You're getting 110 mils, a classic fragrance that's pretty much probably timeless for $20. They also had a 2 mil or 2 mil or 60 mil 2 ounce bottle there for, I think it was 16, so a couple dollars more. You got pretty much almost double the juice, so that's pretty much a no-brainer with that. And then just some ingredients on the back, as you can see. And then on the bottom, you do have your barcode and batch code to authenticate your product and see when your product was produced right there. But let's go ahead and crack open this cellophane here. Now, like I said, I am a sucker for a good old school fragrance. I do love polo green. I do have memories with that fragrance as well. This one, I don't really have any memories with this. My dad never wore this. My grandfather never wore this. I don't really know anyone that wore this one. So I don't have any memories associated with it, but I do like Blue Jeans, which is another sort of classic fragrance. Paul Sebastian's another good one. But yeah, this cardboard box, it is pretty cheap, but that's not really a big deal. It's just a standard kind of flimsy cardboard. But let's open up the top here. And there is the Aramis bottle. Okay, let's see. All right, so I'm honestly confused. Is it supposed to be like this or is this something else? It comes in this frosted bottle. I'm not sure if this is something different. Or is it just like because it says Eau de Toilette Concentree instead of this Eau de Toilette. But it is a EDT 110 ml bottle. It's not like a lotion or anything like that. So if anyone knows, let me know if this is a different kind of bottle than the original, because I thought it was clear, but maybe it's not clear. Maybe it's supposed to be like this. I'm not sure, but let's go ahead and actually look at this cap really quick. It doesn't click into place, but it does hold pretty snugly, which is nice. Then on the bottom, do is have your information and a batch code down there as well, as you can see. And then nothing inside the cap. It's just a kind of a cheap plastic cap, but it is nice that you can pick it up out of the cap, so that's good. So let's go ahead and spray this one, test out the atomizer of Aramis now. Let's see what we get. Okay. It is a very kind of like wide sprayer, so it gets a lot of pretty much your skin instead of just shooting kind of narrow. So I do like that. Whoa. All right. I do pick it up on the air now. Okay. Now I do want to let you guys know I do love some very classic fragrances like Antaeus, which I don't have a bottle of. So this might be kind of similar to that in the air, at least is what I'm picking up on. But let's see what I pick up. Oh, whoa. Okay. Very, very old school, very masculine, very gentlemanly. I actually do kind of like that opening now. It is a little bit citrusy. So I'm pretty sure this is gonna be like a chypre kind of fragrance, so where it's like citrus in the opening and then dries down maybe a little bit more dense, maybe spicy, leathery. Yeah, that's nice. I'm getting a nice bergamot. So I think that's what I didn't like about it at first. It was just like kind of like very complex. Like it was kind of like citrusy and then dark and mysterious. and green. But right now, I actually like it. Okay, so besides the citrus opening with the bergamot, I am getting a bunch of oak moss in here. Very earthy green oak moss. And I'm assuming this is probably like a 2020 batch or so, very, very new batch. And I know oak moss, at least in natural oak moss, is pretty much banned in perfumery now, which is very unfortunate. I can only imagine how earthy this one smelled back in the day, like in the 60s and stuff. It was probably nuclear as well. Okay, so you get that oak moss, you get that like citrusy bergamot, but honestly the bergamot isn't really, it seems like it's fading a little bit. It was like really sparkly in the opening, but seems to be fading as we speak. It does have kind of like a clean tone to it as well. Pretty clean. I don't know if that's aldehydes, which it might not be, because I know Chanel always uses aldehydes. I don't know if they would use it in Aramis, but get some kind of like clean, a little bit soapy vibe in there as well. That's nice, but let that dry down for a minute or so. Let's go over like as far as who would wear Aramis. Now this is definitely not a teenage kind of fragrance. Maybe if you're watching this and you wore this back in like the 60s, I can definitely see you can pull this one off like as a teenager and stuff. But nowadays, a lot of younger people go for like Dior Sauvage, like blue fragrances, Blue de Chanel and stuff like that. So this wouldn't, I can see this working back in the day as a teenager, but now probably not. If you wear this one to like high school and stuff, people might look at you a little bit weird, but it does smell very masculine. This is kind of like a man's man kind of fragrance here. So gentlemanly, definitely I would say probably like 25 and up can pull this one off 100%. It does give it like kind of like a professional vibe to it as well. Like you mean business kind of thing, like a professional. You're not like about playing games, nothing like that. That's the kind of like scenario that's painting in my head, the kind of guy that would wear this one. And it is very, very masculine. This is not feminine, not unisex. This is a masculine fragrance. If there ever was one, this is it. Okay, now it's kind of turning a little bit slightly animalic, which I'm assuming is coming from like a white musk. It is very musky. I'm digging this. I really like this one. This is nice. And I'm getting some kind of like leather accord in there, but the leather's more in the background in it. Maybe as it dries down, it'll become more of like a dark kind of leather fragrance. Right now, I can definitely see the leather peeking through. Now, I do know there was myrrh in this. As far as myrrh is one of my favorite notes. It's a resin. It's kind of like a sweet resin. It's very, very warming. I love myrrh so much. But in here, honestly, I'm not picking up on any myrrh as of the opening. Maybe as it dries down alongside the leather, maybe you'll get like a resinous myrrh to it. But right now, no, not so much. Yeah, it does seem like a pretty complex fragrance. I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually very shocked that this came out in the 60s, man. This is a very, very solid fragrance. I'm still curious about this frosted concentrate fragrance. I don't know if this is just like a different naming for it. I'm not 100% sure. I gotta look this up because on the bottle, sometimes they do say like eau de toilette concentrate. This is show like, I don't know, it's concentrated in French, but yeah, I'm actually interested. I'm very, very curious if this is the same original launch from the 1960s. All right, I'm actually also getting a earthy patchouli. Yeah, nice earthy patchouli's coming through now. Now, this isn't a fougere barbershop kind of fragrance, which you would almost assume that it would be since it is a classic 60s old school fragrance, masculine, but it's not. I don't really get any lavender. I don't really get any sage or anything in there that will consider it a barbershop fragrance, which I actually like. I don't really have many fragrances like this, if I'm honest with you, like nice oak moss, nice leather, patchouli, musky, gentleman, masculine fragrances in my collection. Solid release, man. Now, as far as seasons go for Aramis, just off of the test strip, honestly, this is coming across very versatile. I can definitely see a man back in the 60s just wearing this all year round, being a signature scent, just smelling good and professional. Yeah, you can rock this one in the spring, summer, fall, or winter and fall. It pretty much works all 4 seasons. Just because it does open with a nice citrus, bergamot, and then it dries down to green, so it works good for like the spring, summer, and then also has a nice like leather, maybe resinous myrrh in there as well. And also has that clean kind of quality too. Yeah, versatile, masculine fragrance. I believe this was under Estee Lauder when it first came out back in the 60s. I don't even know if it was named Aramis. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, Estee Lauder was pretty much the production behind it. $20, man. I can't get over the $20 price tag. 110 mil of juice for 20 bucks, and you're getting iconic, classic fragrance. And it does smell timeless. I mean, it doesn't smell outdated. I am saying it is classic. It is kind of old school, but not outdated. Those two things are completely different. This still holds up perfectly fine nowadays, and in the 2020s that we're in now, if you're watching this. Yeah, you can still wear this one to work. I wouldn't say, yeah, probably a date night too. I mean, if the woman's into like, you know, alpha males and stuff like that, that's the fragrance for you. You can rock it on a date night. You can rock it to work, a good work fragrance. You can wear it to a wedding, dressed up, interviews, all of that, man. You can just wear this one whenever. Easy reach. Yeah, that's pretty much gonna do it for my unboxing and first impression of Aramis. Maybe I'll do a full complete review once I start wearing it, talk about the performance, because I do not know as of now. But off the test strip, it is coming across pretty potent. At least it did fill up pretty much the room when I sprayed it, so I did smell it without putting it up to my nose, which is a good sign. So maybe do a full review later on, but right now I am impressed by Aramis. Definitely changed my mind after 3 years when I first smelled it to now. I appreciate this work of art. But yeah, leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you guys haven't already, and let me know if you actually enjoy Aramis, if you have any memories associated with it. I love hearing your guys' thoughts. But yeah, like I said, leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch all you guys in the next upload. Take care, everybody.